Peace to earth, my people. I will lead the way. No worries, my people. I have your back, and I hope you have mine. Shit just got serious. Oh, hold up. What I'm looking for? My song at? Let's get it.
Yeah. I fuck about $1 million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is got reaching deep in the pot, I got features of people like lost.
What's happening? I gotta hurry up and do this shit, man. Cause my shit be fucking up sometimes. Excuse me, man. Hey, man. I am your host, man, Kituko X Hende. I'm here for the people. Y'all people. Shout out to King Shuja, man. Shout out to my home country, Gabon. Bonjour, bonsoir. Comment ça va? Je suis bien. So check this out, man. We finna get into this shit, man, right quick. And let me tell y'all something right quick, though, man. I'm one of the ones where YouTube be hating on this shit. So like the video, share the video if you want to, but comment. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know what y'all think about this video, man, because I'm gonna let y'all know. Do y'all know that World War III has started? Do y'all know that? World War III has started. I don't know if y'all know that shit or not. Y'all didn't know that. It done started. And now we got a civil war going on at the Mexico-United States border. Illegal immigrants that reached the record numbers, man. And the people of Texas is tired of this shit. Let's talk about it right quick, man. They act like
they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit them with an update. Okay. I been getting to it when I'm up late.
All right, man. Let's get into this shit right quick, man. I'm gonna let y'all know some shit, though, what y'all don't know. This Civil War, man, in World War III, man, it's already going down, man, because I'm telling y'all something. I'm gonna end up freestyling this shit, though. I wrote a couple notes down, but I'm gonna end up freestyling anyway, though, man. But anyway, man. But hold up. Before we get started, man, let's drop this disclaimer, because shit finna get crazy already.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, back to Kituko.
Appreciate it, man. All right, man, let's go. Hey, we got that out of the way. Let me tell y'all some shit, though. We got a civil war and World War III going on in America right now. And China is using fentanyl as a weapon. As a weapon, listen now. against the United States. They using fentanyl as a weapon against the United States. Using the Mexican cartel, man. Y'all didn't know that shit. They using the Mexican cartel, man. And they flooding the United States with fentanyl, man. We finna talk about fentanyl. We finna talk about all that shit. We're gonna talk about what's going on the United States-Mexican border. And we're gonna look at some numbers, straight numbers, man. Y'all know I'm on the numbers. I like to look at numbers too now. That's how you know what's going on. Look at the numbers. So check this out. Let me see if I can get this video started real quick. Hold up. Matter of fact, we're going to look at some numbers. And we're going to talk about Trump and Biden. We're going to look at Obama a little bit, but Trump and Biden, man. We're going to look at the immigration, man. All this shit started from immigration, though. You see? One thing about China, man, in World War III, man, China done been through this shit before, though. In the 1800s, I believe it was the 1800s, China was addicted to opium. Opium. They was addicted, man. They was addicted. I'm gonna show y'all that shit. So that's how they know they doing it. It's like a chemical warfare. They doing this shit to the United States. Stay down, man, because they gonna strike. I'm telling you. Did y'all know they Texas might end up being his own country? After all this shit over with. If I'm mistaken, I heard Texas got the back. Russia got Texas back, man. Vladimir Putin. Yeah. Check this out, though. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This shit's more serious than y'all think, though. Now, they flooding the border. But anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, China was addicted, man. China was addicted in the 1800s. That's why they fucking us up, screaming. They messing us up with their Who is this? Man, that's the same person. I'm finna. What? Who is that? I gotta get this video with. Fucking with me. That's a bot. But anyway. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this Civil War first, though. We're gonna talk about the Civil War because it's all about immigration, man. That's what is going on. It's all about immigration. I can't get over China, though. I'm gonna show y'all, though. We're gonna talk about this first. I'm all over the place. I don't know where to start at, tell the truth, man. I got so much shit, man. I don't even know where to start, man. I swear, man. But let me tell y'all something, man. It's like it was more than 2.4 million encounters with goddamn immigrants, man, in the U.S. border, U.S.-Mexico border, man, in the last year. 1 year, 2.4 million. With a record-breaking 302,000 in December. That's in December alone, according to the DHS, the Department of Home Security. 300,000 just in December, man. These folks flooding it. I'm gonna show y'all why, though. I'm gonna show y'all why real quick. Let's get this shit. Let's look at some numbers. Y'all see this? Hold up. Check out these numbers, man. God damn, what a picture at? Hold up. But anyway, y'all see them numbers. I can't even goddamn go back to the picture of that, though. There we go. Hold on for a second. I gotta bring that back. Okay, y'all see. I don't know if y'all see my cursor. Y'all see this? Look at this. This coming from the Homeland Security, man. Homeland Security, border crisis, startling stats. Worst on record, Biden and the goddamn New Yorkers make border crisis history, man, in the fiscal year 2023. They made history, man. They made history. Look at this here. Fiscal year 2023. The Southwest border encounters. Look at this now. 2.447 million encounters, man. 2.37 million encounters. Look at this. That's in September. 2.173 million. So that's 2021, 2022, 2023. 2023 on the left, 2.47 in 2023, 2.37 in 2022, 1.37 in 2021. And that was all this during the Biden administration. All these. Encounters, I can read a little bit of this. Encounters at Southwest border, SWB, in 2023 increased 40% since 2021, 4% compared to 2022, and more than 100% compared to 2019. It went back to 2019. The last fiscal year, the worst on record under Biden's administration. This is what y'all voted for. Oh. Zionist Biden, allegedly. Y'all know what's up with that. Border protection. See, y'all, when y'all see that CBP, that's what that is. That's some border protection. Don't happen no more. 40%. The report a 40% increase compared to September 21st, and 18% increase in September 22. It just keep going up. Biden ain't doing nothing about this shit. Y'all gonna see the arrest. Look at the detainees and shit. The arrest and shit. I'm gonna show y'all that too. Biden ain't doing nothing about this shit. They ain't doing nothing about. They want this shit to go on. I don't know why, but China finna goddamn come through with that bang. And I'll make sure I ain't over here when that shit go on. Allegedly. Where was that, man? This monthly number also represents 86% increase from June 2023, when Biden administration celebrated a short-lived drop in the illegal crossing following the end of Title 42. I'm gonna show y'all what Title 42 is too, because that was the end of Title 42. This shit started because of that shit too. Title 42 was giving them a safe haven because they were coming over here seeking asylum. And I'm gonna show y'all what asylum. I got asylum too, man. We're gonna look that shit up too. They came over here seeking asylum. Hold up. They came over here seeking asylum, man. Let me show y'all what asylum is for one thing. I should have named these things. I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one is which. Let me show y'all the asylum. So let's see what this is.
And May 1.
Oh no, that ain't it. That ain't it. I'm gonna come back to that one.
Tell them exactly.
Let's take that back right here.
What is asylum exactly? While today's concept is shrouded in modern legal and political language, the right of asylum is an...
Here come the bush. Come the bullshit. I'm taking it back. I'm trying to take it back, man. I'm gonna show y'all what asylum is. I did what the Mexicans and these immigrants, they know these laws and stuff. Let's see what this thing play. I gotta cut this music off. Oh man, this thing going slow. Can y'all see me? All right, let's see.
What is asylum exactly? While
It's
today's
playing too
concept is
slow.
shrouded in modern legal and political language,
I don't even see nothing. Y'all see something? I don't see nothing. Hold up. I don't see nothing. Why do they do this when I share like this? I don't see it. I don't see it. Hold up. Yeah, this, I got too much up here. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Move it away. Well, I got so much. Oh my goodness. My page done jumped all the way to the end. What going on in here? Let me see if this thing can play, man. Hold up.
the right.
Let me take it back. Hold
What
up.
is asylum exactly?
There we go.
While today's concept is shrouded in modern legal and political language, the right of asylum is an ancient one. The principle states that citizens have the right to flee their homes and seek refuge when they are under persecution. Since then, the right of asylum has been codified in the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the 1951 Refugee Convention. Today, most nations extend various legal protections to asylum seekers.
People can seek asylum on several grounds, such as persecution based on race, religion, class, gender, nationality, or political.
See, they can leave the country long as something going on. They fleeing something, persecution or something, or anything, some type of hate crimes or anything or whatever. Though, man, they can leave their country when they make it to the United States. They can. The United States was really supposed to goddamn bring them in pretty much. Cause they get the asylum, they get that shit called. It be years before they go through the through that system, man. They know this. These people know this. But they supposed to they supposed to bring them in though. They supposed to offer them asylum. Real.
Political affiliation. In addition, people are more likely to flee and seek asylum during times of war, strife, or political upheaval. These people are faced with a difficult choice, as seeking asylum can often mean a harrowing journey without the possibility of returning home. What is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and why was it created?
See, this what I hate how this thing goes slow like this. I hate when they do this shit. I hate when they do this shit. Y'all better be glad I'm trying.
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, is a document that acts like a global roadmap for freedom and equality, protecting the rights of every individual, everywhere. It was the first time countries agreed on the freedoms and rights that deserve universal protection in order for every individual to live their lives freely, equally, and in dignity.
The UDHR was adopted by the newly established United Nations on December 10, 1948, in response to the barbarous acts which
see that thing got to catch
raised the conscience of mankind during the Second World War. Its adoption recognized human rights to be the foundation for freedom, justice, and peace.
The UDHR is a milestone document. For the first time, the world had a globally agreed document that marked out all humans as being free and equal, regardless of sex, color, creed, religion, or other characteristics. The 30 rights and freedoms set out in the UDHR include the right to be free from torture, the right to freedom of expression, the right to education, and the right to seek asylum. It includes civil and political rights, such as the rights to life, liberty, and privacy. It also includes economic, social, and cultural rights, such as the rights to social security, health, and adequate housing.
Article 14 states, everyone has the right to seek asylum from persecution. What is asylum exactly?
do that. If y'all didn't understand that, just go back or look it up yourself. I'm just pointing you in the right direction. I'm finna show y'all some shit about this fentanyl though. I'm telling you. I'm show y'all some shit real quick. But let's look at, hold up. Let's look at, let's compare the immigrants that coming in through Biden, Trump. We're gonna look at Obama too. Where is that? We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at the encounters first. Let's look at the encounters. Check this out. Check this out. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Look at that now. Look at Obama now. These is deportations by the United States Immigration Authority. The number of people removed from the United States within the fiscal year. Y'all see Obama and Trump. Obama was goddamn deporting the shit out of him. You see that? They were doing pretty. He was doing all right. I can't say nothing about that. He did that. But Trump didn't have to do too much because Obama was already getting rid of him. But he was already on their ass. Y'all know this. When none of this shit be going on if Trump was the president. Hint, hint. Allegedly. Nah, but check this out. Check this out. Check out. Look at Trump though. It got up to almost 400,000. He got rid of some people. But look at Biden though. Biden didn't do shit. Them people came over. All them people came over. You gonna see. Watch how it changed from Trump to Biden. Watch the spike in the immigrants that's they encountered. They encountered goddamn. Oh my goodness. Y'all finna see. But look, y'all, as y'all can see, Biden, he ain't deport all of nobody. Compared to the people, the minutes immigrant that came into the United States. Look at how many people he done. Look at this shit. Let me show y'all this other graph right quick. Let me go through this thing right quick. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold up. Let me get that out of though. I got one for y'all right here. I got it right here. Hold up. My bad. I got this candy in my mouth. I don't really. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying anyway, probably. Let me show y'all this other thing right quick. Hold up. Before we get to this China and this fentanyl shit. Then I'm gonna show y'all that China was drug infested, man. China was addicted to they were like, I think it said 90% of China didn't have no economy, no nothing going on. They trying to do that to the United States. That's what they doing. China's smart, man. These people smart. Check this graph out right here. Check out this graph. Why I keep jumping to that? As you can see, man, y'all look at. Oh, this ain't. Hold on. I'm on the wrong one. There you go. Look at this graph, man. Look at it. Just use your brain, man. Just use your brain, people. Look at this. Migrant numbers at the U.S.-Mexico border under Trump and under Biden. Clear as day. Look. Clear as day. Now, who y'all think will be doing a better job at this? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't want to hear nothing about no racist shit, no nothing. These two Caucasians anyway. Who you gonna pick? Who the best man for the job? Don't be stupid. Even if you think your vote don't count, I don't think it counts anyway, but if just flood them, vote for the man. Look at the spike. Right at the line when Trump and Biden, when Biden came in office. Look at the immigration. That shit jumped up, goddamn, in 2021. That shit jumped up, goddamn. Man, that's like 100,000. It's almost at 200,000 right there. But when he came in, I'm gonna show y'all that. But when he came in, it got up to past 200,000. These total encounters, and they'll go unaccompanied minors. They real low. Real low, but they still, the unaccompanied minors jumped up a little bit too. That shit just went crazy when Biden, man, they went crazy when Biden came in office, man. They went crazy, man. Trump was on that border shit. Trump had that bitch on lockdown. Y'all know that shit. Quit tripping. Y'all better be smart. Hey, Trump the best thing smoking. Best thing smoking for America. Y'all don't think so? Why don't y'all get y'all ass out there and run for the president? You ain't gonna do it. So go with the best thing smoking. If y'all don't know nothing about none of this shit, don't be talking shit about the people that trying to teach y'all something, about trying to tell y'all what's going on around you, especially if y'all don't give a damn about what's going on. If y'all don't give, hold up, let me take this out. Let me talk to y'all, motherfucker, man. Let me talk to y'all, motherfucker. Let me talk to y'all, motherfucker. Yeah. If y'all don't care about what's going on around you, man, to the people that woke or whatever they call it, man, country community, man, won't y'all just don't deny nothing what they saying and shit. If y'all ain't done no research on the shit they saying, look, just shut the, you know what, up. Don't say nothing, just listen. Just listen. All you gotta do is listen. You can learn something, man. Or look the shit up yourself. No, y'all ain't got time, cause y'all waiting on them goddamn Jordan, the next Jordan coming out. Y'all waiting on the next pair of Jordan and the next goddamn Megan Thee Stallion goddamn album. Y'all know that, don't you? Yeah. Y'all know when Lil Boosie dropping, and every word from his song. Don't even know where you come from. Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. Let's get back on this thing, man. Let's get back on it. I got another thing I want to show y'all. Hold up. Let me show y'all something. Damn, where my other shit at? Hold up. It ain't up here. Okay. We've been talking about this fentanyl. Let's talk about fentanyl right quick. Let's talk about this fentanyl. Let me show y'all something. Check this out. Let me show y'all cat something. Y'all see this chart? Y'all see this chart? Look at this shit, man. The national drug involved overdose death number among all ages 1999 to 2021. Look at the top one though. The first one up here, synthetic opioids other than methadone and primarily fentanyl. Look at the spike. That's the first one right there. That first spike. I don't know if y'all can see my cursor, but yeah. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see fentanyl? Y'all see that fentanyl hitting? Hold on, I can't get back on it. There you go. Y'all see that spike? That's fentanyl. That fentanyl, man. Look at everything else. That's fentanyl. That's straight fentanyl. We ain't worried about the cocaine and all this other stuff. Heroin, that shit been going on. But that shit, it been going on. But look at the low, it's low. That fentanyl spike just went straight up. That fentanyl, man. That shit ain't just happen for no reason, man. I'm telling y'all, especially when China is the one that's got the goddamn chemical to make the fentanyl. They giving it to the Mexican cartel. The push across the border. That's what's going on. China is infiltrating the United States with this fentanyl right here. Right there. Look at the spike. Look at the spike, man. And it started at 2014. It going all the way. It's look 20, but it really jumped up right there. 2019, 2020, 2021. But that shit go past. They can't. The graph don't even go that far. I don't know why it going up farther than that. But y'all see that though? Y'all, these real numbers. These real numbers. Fentanyl is coming from Mexico. They making it with the chemical. Hold up. It's a precursor chemical what China making over there in China. Then China give it to the Mexican cartel. They making fentanyl and they flooding it across the border. The people of Texas tired of this crazy shit going on. They making the United States drug infested just like they was in 1800. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up. Let's get into this shit right quick. Man. Hold up. Let's get into this right quick, man. Fuck the bullshit. Let me go and show y'all what's up. What it is. What video this is? Oh no, we just looked at that. I wish I could just share my screen. If it don't work, I'm gonna try to share my screen to show y'all. Y'all need to watch this though. Oh, but matter of fact, this ain't even. I'm just finna show y'all this video. This video finna break down what's going on right now in the United States Mexican border. I'm just finna show y'all. I put this together myself anyway. I'm just gonna show y'all what's going on, man. Let y'all know what's going on, man. Let me get all this stuff off the screen. Told y'all I don't know where to start. I'm telling y'all, it's so much shit. I don't know where to start at, really. I'm just finna just throw that shit out there to y'all. Y'all, hey, eat it up. Check this out, though. This shit getting serious right now, though. Matter of fact, it's so serious, I'm finna drop this goddamn disclaimer one more time because YouTube be tripping. I'm telling y'all. Y'all know I'm already streaming on my, I think I'm on my personal channel now. This is my first time going on my personal channel. So anybody out channel, I am that guy that be all in y'all comments, be doing all kind of shit. I be talking all kind of shit on y'all comments because most of y'all, I be speaking truth on y'all shit. You shouldn't put the shit out there if you don't want nobody to comment. I don't care y'all comment on my shit. I don't care. Cause really, I don't be doing no bullshit out there like y'all be doing. You put it out there, I'm gonna blast your ass. Ask anybody, I do this shit. But anyway, shout out to everybody on the Kituko Eskihinde YouTube channel. I'm gonna be on YouTube on ExitUs Family, I think in April, I believe, man. But I'm gonna upload this video on there anyway. But we on Twitch, I believe, Facebook, Twitter, or X. So check this out. Let's get this shit out of the way.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might.
Don't need to act like they ain't hear that. I'm finna play that shit again.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, back to you, Kituko.
Appreciate that, A1. Let me see if this video gonna play. This video gonna play, man. Y'all pay attention.
ExitUs Family, AMI1.
And I'm A1. In this video, we'll be discussing the ongoing Mexico-U.S. border crisis, including the standoff at Eagle Pass. The Mexico-United States border crisis is a migrant crisis in North America concerning the migration of undocumented immigrants from Latin America through Mexico and into the United States.
Mexican immigration to the U.S. dates back to the end of the Mexican-American War. Migration into the United States through the Mexico-U.S. border began to surge in late 2020, reaching a record number of
Oh no, I don't like how they're playing. This shit late as a hey, it's late. I don't like this. I do not like how they're playing. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna try something else, man. Y'all got to hear this. Y'all got to hear this. Hold up. God damn, I didn't do that, dude. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let me play something. Hold up. Hold up. I got this. I'm finna play this video another way. Fuck this. Excuse my language. Let's see, can I pull it up? Like, I think it's gonna play better like this. Hold up. The video better not be still playing. If I can get this to pull up, hold up. Give me a second, man. Everything don't go smooth like you think it do. Like you would think it do. It don't go smooth like that, man. Not for me anyway. I just make it look like that. I think I got it, y'all. I think I got it. I think I got it. I got it. We're gonna do this like this right here. I got y'all. Hold up. Here we go, right here. Here we go, right here, buddy. This the video. Let me take this shit off the stage. Now this the video right here. Same video. Let's get it.
AMI1.
And I'm A1. In this video, we'll be discussing the ongoing Mexico-U.S. border crisis, including the standoff at Eagle Pass. The Mexico-United States border crisis is a migrant crisis in North America concerning the migration of undocumented immigrants from Latin America through Mexico and into the United States.
Mexican immigration to the U.S. dates back to the end of the Mexican-American War. Migration into the United States through the Mexico-U.S. border began to surge in late 2020, reaching a record number of 1.73 million migrant encounters in 2021, 2.76 million in 2022, and 2.5 million in fiscal year 2023. The migrants, who are mostly of Guatemalan, El Salvadorian, Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Venezuelan citizenship, are reported to be escaping economic hardship, gang violence, and environmental disaster in their home countries, particularly acute in the Guatemala and Honduras, to seek asylum in the U.S.
The number of migrant encounters reached a peak in December 2022, when Border Patrol reported over 220,000 apprehensions. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump administration used Title 42 to expel migrants from the United States with the stated aim of reducing public health risks. Towards the end of 2022, a large camp of migrants had formed on the Mexican side of the border, waiting for Title 42 to be lifted. The conditions they were living in were described as dire. As of September 2023, the number of migrant encounters has returned to a level near the peak, with about 9,000 migrants apprehended daily.
Unlike the demographic of migrants in the preceding years, an increasing proportion of current migrants arriving at the Mexico-US border are children, most of whom are unaccompanied children. Policies related to the care and custody of such children have been controversial.
Now let's fast forward to the present-day standoff at Eagle Pass. On January the 11th, 2024, the Texas National Guard took control of Shelby Park, a 47-acre, 19-ha area of parkland in the town of Eagle Pass, along the Rio Grande River, which separates the United States from Mexico, after Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed an emergency declaration to close the park. In his declaration, Abbott cited the Mexico-United States border crisis and the need to secure the border. The Texas National Guard blocked U.S. Border Patrol agents from patrolling the area, which the Border Patrol had been using to hold migrants in recent weeks.
After the closure, 3 migrants were found drowned in the Rio Grande. Mexican authorities subsequently identified them as a 33-year-old woman and her 2 children, aged 10 and 8. The U.S. Border Patrol said it had alerted the Texas National Guard that a group of migrants were in distress in the water outside the boat ramp in Shelby Park, but that the National Guard took no action to rescue them. Texas lawyers responded that the National Guard was alerted only after the 3 had drowned, and that the National Guard had not spotted any migrants. Mexican authorities said that the boat never entered U.S. territory.
On January 22nd, the Supreme Court of the United States issued an order to vacate an injunction by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals that prevented Border Patrol agents from cutting concertina wire, which the National Guard had been using to make a fence in Shelby Park. The ruling concerned an earlier dispute and did not address Texas deploying razor wire or blocking federal officials from the park. On January 24th, Abbott responded that Texas would refuse to let federal authorities access the park, vowing to protect the sovereignty of our state. A military standoff between state and federal authorities over immigration is unique in modern American history. Constitutional law professor Charles Rocky Rhodes and an editorial in the San Antonio Express
shit that got serious.
The start of a constitutional crisis.
In the aftermath of the Supreme Court's decision, 25 other Republican state governors, every Republican governor but Vermont's Phil Scott, announced their support for Texas in the dispute, as did U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis additionally committed to sending more resources after previously sending the Florida National Guard to reinforce the Texas government. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt pledged to deploy the Oklahoma National Guard to support Texas.
There's somebody, I got to stop this right here. Somebody tell me why. Did y'all just see that? Why is this man with Israeli Prime Minister?
Texas. Other state and national Republican officials
go back and
backed
look
Texas.
On January 23rd, the Department of Homeland Security issued Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton an ultimatum ordering the removal of obstructions along the border, and that the Border Patrol be given full access to Shelby Park by January 26. On January 24th, Democratic Texas Representatives Joaquin Castro and Greg Casar called for U.S. President Joe Biden to establish federal control over the Texas National Guard. On January 26, the deadline set by the Department of Homeland Security passed. It had ordered Texas to agree to fully reopen disputed parts of the Shelby Park area to federal Border Patrol agents, emphasizing the need for confirmation and specifying the consequences of partial denial in a letter from DHS General Counsel Jonathan E. Meyer to Attorney General Paxton.
On January 29, more than 24 attorney generals, including representatives from Iowa, Utah, Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi,
half of the
Missouri,
United States,
Montana, Oklahoma,
and the rest of them gonna
Ohio,
fall in place
South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia,
everybody behind
Wyoming,
Texas,
and
man.
leadership
Everybody.
in the Arizona State Legislature signed a letter supporting Texas in its border security efforts, addressing President Biden and DHS Secretary
They going against
Alejandro
the United
Mayorkas,
States,
emphasizing the importance of upholding the nation's laws and commending Abbott's and Paxton's work in securing the border against the.
They going against the United States, man. It's Civil War, but it's World War III. World War III. China is using this situation to infiltrate United States of America. They trying to make United States like they was in 1800s. I'm telling y'all, man.
invasion,
Y'all better
encouraged by
quit
Biden's
playing.
refusal to follow federal statutory
It's
law.
bigger. It's bigger
Well,
than
ExitUs Family.
bigger
That's
than
the
that.
end of this video on the ongoing Mexico-U.S. border crisis and the standoff at Eagle Pass. I really hope this gets solved soon. But anyway, thanks for watching.
I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, it's bigger than goddamn. It's bigger than the Civil War. Way bigger than the Civil War. This shit gonna get bad in America, man. The BRICS, man. I know y'all go look at my video on the BRICS nation, man. They is taking away the United States currency and United States currency, man. In Africa, man, they getting rid of that shit in Africa, man. Before long, the United States currency ain't gonna be no good nowhere else but over here in the United States. You ain't gonna be able to take it nowhere else. It's already fiat money. It's fiat money. It's like saying fake money. Cause it ain't backed by gold. Man, the BRICS money backed by gold. They got insurance on their shit. Let me show y'all something right quick. Oh, I supposed to been shared a video file. That's what hold on. I did that already. Hold on. I told y'all I got so much shit to show y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Telling y'all. It's too much shit going on around here for y'all not to know what's going on around y'all, man. Check this out, man. First off, man, let me show y'all. Let's show y'all this goddamn. I don't even know what to play first, man. Let's go to the fentanyl. Y'all seen the fentanyl? Did I show y'all the death? Hold up. Did I show y'all the death rate? Did I show the death? I don't know, but here we go. Let's just watch this real quick. But we're gonna be over an hour. Check this out. I need y'all to see this right here. Watch this. Check this video out. This video here gonna explain some shit. I was telling y'all about China. I found this video talking about this shit. But I don't even know where I heard this shit from, but this video gonna explain this shit, man. It's on YouTube. I don't forgot who these is though. But it's called The Fentanyl War is Worse Than You Think. Check this video out, people. Listen closely. This video is for educational and informational and entertainment purposes only. Matter of fact, I should drop that disclosure one more time, but let's just go.
Members of Congress are calling the influx of Chinese fentanyl an act of asymmetric war against the United States. The Drug Enforcement Agency estimates 90% of fentanyl comes from Chinese companies that not only operate legally inside of China, but are also subsidized and paid for by the Chinese Communist Party. China sends precursor chemicals, which are then processed and manufactured into synthetic opioids by Mexican drug cartels that then smuggle them into the United States.
Fentanyl precursor chemicals are made in China.
Listen to, do y'all hear that? The precursor chemical made in China. I told you, y'all listen to what they saying. I ain't the only one. They saying this where it come from. Listen.
It is not at all an area of dispute that China provides the fentanyl that comes into the United States. Yeah.
On the other hand, China claims the fentanyl crisis is entirely an American domestic issue that's being blamed on them. China claims Big Pharma's opioid corruption, weak U.S. laws, and a culture of American drug glorification are really to blame. This disagreement is a major problem for the world's two biggest.
They already fucked up, screaming. Since we already messed up over here, China trying to say that's the reason. Nah, y'all supplying this shit.
economies.
Finna show
Attempts
y'all.
to stop this have failed, leading to
Watch it.
calls for U.S. military intervention against Mexican cartels to stop the substance's devastating effects.
Growing calls from Republicans to send the U.S. military into Mexico to combat drug cartels.
For example, in 2022, over 107,000 Americans died from overdoses in the United States, and fentanyl poisoning became the leading cause of death of Americans 18 to 45 years of age. A 2019 paper found that
the leading cause of death, man, China is doing this shit, man.
prescription opioids accounted for 44% of the decline in labor force participation among men. In asymmetric warfare, one nation seeks to exploit the other's relative weakness. In this case, China is accused of exploiting America's appetite for illicit drugs and weaponizing fentanyl.
They know this. Remember now, they was on drugs they self in the 1800s. Listen now. Listen, they know this shit. China is smart, man. China is smart, man.
U.S. President Donald Trump and China's President Xi Jinping engaged in an all-out trade war in 2018. The Chinese government then increased tax breaks and subsidized companies that were exporting fentanyl abroad to punish the United States. When Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan in 2022, against China's wishes, they stopped all cooperation between Chinese and U.S. law enforcement agencies that were working to fight fentanyl trafficking. It's clear the fentanyl crisis has become deep.
They stopped working with stopping the traffic. China stopped working with the United States on that shit. They like, F it. They said, F it, let the fentanyl come on through. And that shit came on through. China wasn't trying to stop it because they supplying the shit.
Ingrained in foreign diplomacy today. But the idea of weaponizing substances against an adversary is nothing new. Because if there was ever a country to understand the power of addiction and
Here it come. Pay attention, pay attention.
geopolitics, it's China.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so, you need StreamYard.
Well, fuck with StreamYard.
Qin Gang, China's former ambassador to the United States, said, quote, "The Opium War started a century of humiliation for China. Some Americans believe that China is the primary source of fentanyl in the United States. Some even fantasize that China's shipping fentanyl to the United States as a form of payback for the opium wars.
Yes.
North America has been flooded with precursor chemicals from China, stifling international efforts."
Man, let me tell y'all something. Man, they had wars. China was addicted to opium, man. Bad, man. They ain't have nothing. Let me tell y'all something, man. They had, I don't know if 2 or 3 wars, but I think they're going to show it on this video. They had wars about drug wars, man. China done had drug wars. And we talking about the Mexican cartel. The Mexican cartel ain't got shit on China. China run that shit. China run all that shit, man. Cause the British the one fucked the British the one messed them up. It was the British. And
The theory is that China's using
India.
the same tactic that was used against them, but now they're turning it against the West. Over 170 years ago, in the mid-19th century, the Opium Wars led to what
Look, man, y'all gotta pay attention to this shit. Y'all don't pay attention to nothing else, man.
China calls their century of humiliation that they claim only ended in 1949, except in the Opium Wars, the roles were reversed. At the time, the United States, Great Britain, and France found themselves going crazy over Chinese tea and silk. But Britain ran into a problem. They started running low on silver necessary to pay for these exotic goods. The British turned to their Indian colony and said, hey, how about you guys produce opium, a highly addictive drug, and then we can trade it to China for all these sweet, sweet tea leaves and silk.
Ain't that the same type of shit what be going on in the streets? This shit is just a bigger level. Same type of shit. It's a bigger level and shit. But anyway, on another note, did y'all know that Africa is about to put sanctions on the United States, on the West? Look it up. It's finna get bad. I might do a video on that shit. It's finna get bad over here, man. It's finna get bad, man. But look at this shit, though. This the same type of shit will go on a small scale, man. Same type of shit. It's the same type of shit, I'm telling you. Where my background music? We gotta make this dramatic. Where my background music at, man? Let's get back with it. But yeah, they infiltrating the United States. Check it out. Told y'all, China know about being on drugs and infested, man. A whole country being infested with drugs.
Selling opium probably wasn't initially designed to create an epidemic in China, but instead it was probably a method to restore the balance of trade back in Europe's favor. It's like a history lesson on how not to win friends and influence people. Opium smuggled by the British and American traders skyrocketed in the mid-1800s. Massive amounts of Chinese silver was flowing out of their country to the West to
I was right, 1800.
pay for opium. At its peak, 13.5 million Chinese out of 400 people.
Look at these numbers. 13.5 million Chinese out of 400 million were hooked. Hooked on opium.
People in their population were hooked. Or to put it more bluntly, 25% of the country's males were spending all their time smoking in an opium den. At that point, it becomes difficult to raise an army or increase your economy's productivity because everyone is too busy chasing that big old red opium dragon. Opium had become an existential threat to China. What followed is an interesting parallel to the debate occurring in the US political system today. Because the Chinese government debated whether or not they should try to profit off the opium themselves and legalize the drug through a government monopoly.
See, they tried to profit off the opium. I ain't saying try, they did, but check this out though. They try to get a monopoly on that shit, just like they doing like with the weed over here and everything. When they see it money into something, the United States allegedly is gonna get their hands in that shit.
Like they had with salt, which they could barter, or if they should make it outright
big time drug dealing.
Illegal. China passed laws banning narcotics and told foreign sellers if they didn't stop, they'd be punished under Chinese law. Seeing the social and economic degradation that widespread opium addiction was having in the society, the Chinese emperor confiscated and destroyed more than 20,000 chests of opium. Some 1,400 tons of the drug were warehoused at Canton by British merchants. This led to Britain launching the First Opium War.
Opium War. British launched that shit. British like, hold on, y'all ain't finna destroy all our goddamn product. We finna go to war about this shit. And that's what they did. That's what they did. That's what they did. They went to war about that shit. And China got rid of all that shit. They had to clean their goddamn nation back up, man. Their country back up.
According to the first-hand reports written in 1847, about 19,000 British ground troops fought on Chinese soil in the city of Zhenjiang, defeating the Qin dynasty in 1842. Even though China outnumbered Britain with 100,000 soldiers, Western military weapons and technology were far superior. This included precision-locked muskets, heavy artillery, and paddle-wheel gunboats. Add to that the
don't take no sword to no goddamn gunfight, China. I know y'all done step y'all shit up this time.
fact that British troops had far more combat experience from fighting in recent
China said they got their money right. They ready for war.
Napoleonic wars. It gave them an edge in the battle. Britain was able to wage war 4,800 miles away from home, thanks to advanced warships and logistical resupply from nearby colonies in Southeast Asia.
Look how British did China. Look how British and the United States was in that too now. Y'all ain't gonna hear about that though.
And India. It was this pre-positioning of supplies and combat power that resulted in a disaster for the Chinese forces. China had 7,000 casualties to Britain's less than 3,000. This resulted in the Treaty of Nanking in 1842, and it gave Britain control of Hong Kong, which has had ripple effects seen to this day. The
British had Hong Kong.
First and Second Opium Wars spanned nearly 2 decades, where Britain and France won decisive victories. China calls this today the century of humiliation.
Yeah.
From their perspective, these treaties were unfair.
China called this the century of humiliation when they was on drugs like this shit, when they had no opium wars. Let me tell y'all something though. They still remember that shit. They ain't forgot none of that shit, man. Y'all gotta be crazy. Y'all think that China forgot about this shit? They finna do the same thing to the United States. They already been doing. Matter of fact, they done did it with fentanyl. Y'all seen the death?
This concept is key to understanding China's perspective today because this history underscores the devastating consequences of weaponizing drugs as a tactic, which should tell us how important it is to address the fentanyl crisis today. One historian even called this time period China's treaty century because each loss meant that they were forced to make major concessions to foreign countries like France, England, and Russia. The treaties made the opium trade legal.
They legalized the opium trade. They had to get that money off there, that mayan. They had to get that mayan.
And allowed foreign nationals in China to be immune from Chinese laws. Many of these treaties weren't voided until 1943, so it's not like this is distant history for China. The United States did participate in the opium trade, and they benefited from these trade negotiations.
Y'all heard that. It was voided in 1943. That wasn't too long ago. China still remember this shit.
As a result of the wars. It's likely impossible for China to have not learned from this traumatic experience from their point of view. The power of weaponizing addiction for political gain and economic profit. The opium trade in China hit its peak in 1906. At the time, 35,000 tons were grown domestically, and an extra 4,000 tons of opium were brought in imported from abroad. A massive percentage of their population was addicted. So how did China manage to free their population from drug addiction for a period of time?
It's how they did it. It's how they did it. They went to killing up people and locking people up. They had anything to do with opium.
Is there anything at all of use that we could potentially learn from this on how to manage our own drug crisis today? Well, maybe not, because when the Chinese Communist Party took control in 1949, they burned it down. They burned it all down, specifically the opium fields and all of their drug addicts. Dictator Mao Zedong used unrestrained repression and social reform to eradicate any signs of opium. More than 800 traffickers were put to death, and many were sent to prison for life.
They said more than 800 traffickers were put to death. More than 800. They killed them. That's how they got rid of that opium epidemic.
10 million addicts were forced into compulsory.
Look at these numbers, man. Look at those numbers. 10 million. That's 10 million. They were forced into treatment. 10 million people. God, man, they were messed up. China learned from this shit, man. China know what's going on. Y'all better be ready.
Treatment and punished by the government if they didn't follow through.
I ain't trying to scare nobody, but this shit's serious.
By 1953, only 5 years after taking control, the communist leadership announced that China was drug-free thanks to these draconian measures.
And they just announced they were drug-free in 1953. 1953, they announced they were drug-free in 1953.
Historical example demonstrates the extremes to which a government can go when combating a drug crisis and the potential consequences for civil liberties and human rights. I think this is a possible foreshadowing of what could be to come for any country that isn't able to resolve a drug crisis that runs out of control. If it becomes a threat to the country and the citizens' well-being, they will ask for harsh authoritarian measures to solve problems that run out of control. But what does this have to do with the situation today? Consider
Whoa! Whoa!
Considering all that history of how terrible China feels they've been treated after their losses in the opium wars, is it possible that they engineered this recent fentanyl crisis inside the United States as some form of payback? Well, it's not that straightforward because there were actually two parallel developments in China and the United States that created a perfect storm of conditions for the opium epidemic to emerge. First, fentanyl was...
But I know China is taking advantage of this shit.
wasn't created by drug lords for nefarious purposes. It was actually made by Belgian physician Paul Janssen in 1959 for legitimate medical uses in extreme pain management. It's 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. 2 decades later, China's economy started growing exponentially in the late 1970s thanks to economic reforms. Their pharmaceutical industry exploded at the time, growing 17% every year to becoming the second largest in the world, because they were able to manufacture with lower labor costs and less strict regulations compared to Western countries. Precursor chemicals used in fentanyl were
they making the precursor chemical for fentanyl. That's all you need to know. That's who's flooding this shit.
Made with relative ease thanks to fewer restrictions. This was then exported to international markets, including the United States. Then at the same time, in 1988, fentanyl was approved for medical use inside the United States. It's treated as a Schedule II narcotic since it does have legitimate uses. However,
they ease it on in.
However, this means it's not subject to the same scrutiny as substances like heroin, LSD, or even marijuana, despite being far deadlier. In the US during the 1990s and early 2000s, pharmaceutical companies marketed these opioids aggressively to healthcare providers, downplaying their addictive potential. Purdue Pharma, Johnson & Johnson, as well as others, misled healthcare professionals about
Yeah, they downplayed the addiction because they wanted people to be addicted to it.
The risks of their prescription painkiller OxyContin, contributing to the opioid epidemic in the United States. And so by 2019, fentanyl was in the top 300 most commonly prescribed medications in the US, with more than 1 million prescriptions. But by this point, the US government caught on to the problem and created new restrictions, making prescription opioids harder to legitimately obtain. In turn, some individuals who were already addicted turned to illicit opioids, which were cheaper and more accessible.
They're cheaper and accessible. They flooded it bit, man. They knew what they were doing when they done this shit, man. And still killing people today.
Demand in the US was exploding, while at the same time, so was the supply in China, creating a perfect storm of these two parallel developments. So how did the US respond? I mean, this resulted in a drop of $1.5 trillion from the US economy, according to the US Congress's Joint Economic Committee. That's 7% of the annual GDP. In 2019, the Trump administration took the first steps to reverse course by applying political pressure, and as a result, China outlawed the shipment of all fentanyl products to the United States.
The Trump administration done that.
The STOP Act was passed in an attempt to stem the flow of illegal fentanyl coming in through the mail. But despite all these efforts, fentanyl deaths continued to rise, and so did the amount of fentanyl seized by the DEA. China failed to enforce these controls. Like a Chinese finger trap, it seemed that the harder the US worked to pull away from Chinese shipments of fentanyl, the stronger the underground networks became. But is China purposely allowing this to happen? Chinese diplomats are quick to point out that they have a hard stance on drug crime. Just look at the fact that in China, drug-related convictions often carry the death penalty. So from China's perspective,
see, China don't be playing with their people. They're gonna kill your ass. China gonna kill your ass. They don't even play about it. They gonna kill you. They gonna kill you. That's just straight up. They don't play about that shit. Let me tell y'all something about it real quick though. The Department of Public Safety alone, the Department of Public Safety alone done seized enough fentanyl to kill every American in the United States of America. That's a fact. Look it up.
The US policies and laws are way too lax. But that's not the whole story. Because when researchers looked deeper into the differences between anti-drug laws in the US and in China, they found large gaps positioned to favor the export of fentanyl analogs. Ben Westhoff, author of Fentanyl Inc., and journalist who posed as a drug dealer from the United States in order to visit drug labs in China, explains during a Joe Rogan podcast.
In the US, we have this thing called the Federal Analog Act. That
is that.
bans all these drugs even before they're invented. But in China, they have to do it one by one by one by one. These chemists specialize in this window when something is banned in the US, but it's still legal in China.
Basically, it's like buying a knockoff brand cereal instead of the name brand stuff. Because of the loopholes available in Chinese law, synthetic drug manufacturers are able to operate legally in China, but the claim that China is actively funding the problem comes from this evidence.
Chinese companies showered with these types of government
Listen, y'all gotta listen. Listen.
benefits include one called Wansheng. It receives them even while, by its own admission, it sells ingredients to make fentanyl, called precursors, all over the globe, including to the US.
So how does China keep themselves another step removed from the trade? The Mexican cartels were turned into a streamlined logistical network for a robust Chinese synthetic drug manufacturer.
The Mexican cartel. Man, the United States got to know this shit. If we know, they got to know. They got to know this shit, man. China giving the United States hell, man.
Industry. Chinese manufacturers are legally making and selling fentanyl products to the cartels that act as a logistical middleman to ferry large quantities of deadly drugs into American society. Then Chinese money launderers are facilitating the clearing of drug profits for an additional cut. Personally, I don't believe that the Chinese Communist Party set out with the intention of using synthetic drugs to poison and disrupt the United States. This was more likely a target of opportunity that emerged.
I believe it. Well, either they still did it.
Once the conditions were already ripe inside the United States.
Yes.
And it's important to note that China's not the only country involved in supplying this epidemic. The DEA also identifies India as an emerging supplier of fentanyl, analogs, and precursors.
Yeah, cause remember India was right there helping China in the first place. India and Great Britain, the British.
As early as 2016, Mexican cartel members traveled to China and India to set up ties and fentanyl distributors and inspect laboratories where they could order precursor and analog products. Experts also claim that the Chinese...
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting hours to reply, or ghosting you...
Chinese companies and chemists, when met with friction in China, moved to India to set up laboratories for fentanyl and other synthetic drugs. You might remember India was used by the British in the Opium Wars over a century ago to send opium into China. Sun Tzu, author of The Art of War and maybe the most well-known Chinese military philosopher, writes that the pinnacle of attack by stratagem is to manipulate the conditions on the battlefield so that you are victorious without needing to fire a single shot.
Yeah, y'all heard that. Victorious without firing a single shot. Telling y'all, man, China's smart, man. They smart. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all don't like me stopping this video, I gotta do it anyway. I don't really care. I do care, but I don't care. But y'all, I'm gonna put a link to the video so y'all can watch it yourself.
The leading cause of death for young...
I'm trying not to get another strike.
Americans of fighting age between 18 and 45 is from fentanyl. It begs the question of how much this epidemic is being used to weaken the United States before the advent of any crisis. According to the Military Times, fentanyl deaths among troops more than doubled from 2017 to 2021. Veterans are disproportionately affected and are twice as likely as the general population to die from an opioid overdose. What are some ways to fix this? There are several steps that could be taken, but each solution has their own set of problems.
That's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Now I want to show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. I believe I'm finna get up out of here. What we finna look at right now, man. We finna look at. We finna find out who the Mexican cartel really is. We finna find out who the Mexican cartel is. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? Y'all ready to find out? We're gonna be finna talk about the Mexican cartel. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'm finna show y'all right now. There they go. There they go. All right, man, let's get it bust.
Billions of dollars smuggling drugs and illicit goods across the border into the United States, and many of their leaders are wanted across the border. But who are the powerful Mexican drug cartels? The Mexican cartels are the biggest suppliers of illegal drugs into the United States. They move heroin and cocaine, methamphetamine or crystal meth, and now fentanyl.
In Tijuana alone, there are 3 cartels fighting for power: the Sinaloa Cartel, Jalisco New Generation, and the Tijuana Cartel. Although there are many other cartels in Mexico, these 3, plus another known as the Gulf Cartel, are the most powerful in the country.
The Gulf Cartel is the oldest cartel in Mexico. Jalisco New Generation come from Jalisco State.
The Gulf Cartel is the oldest cartels. They might be the one running this shit.
And they deal mainly in cocaine. Now, the Tijuana cartel traditionally ran the drugs business in the city, but the Sinaloa cartel has moved into their turf and taken away some of the business. It means now that the city is at the center of a major and bloody turf war, making it one of the most dangerous cities in the country. It is also worth remembering, however, that cartels are more like a cooperative, different factions and different families all operating under one name.
And they got, the government got their back, the police, some of the police got their back. These cartels.
The United States is the biggest consumer of both legal and illegal drugs in the world. Now, the border between Tijuana and San Diego is one of the busiest crossing points. It's been at the center of trafficking for decades, and it's not just drugs, but it's human smuggling as well. Arguably the most powerful family, and certainly the most talked about family in the Sinaloa cartel, is the Guzman family and its notorious leader, El Chapo. Now, El Chapo is currently in prison serving a...
El Chapo. They still talking about him. And he might have something to do with it.
Life sentence in the United States, but the family business goes on, and fentanyl is right at its heart.
What drugs do they
traditionally, the
smuggle
Mexican
instead?
drug trade depended upon plant-based products like heroin and cocaine. But the Sinaloa cartel itself says that's very much part of the history of the drug business now. They no longer need to have huge swathes of land or have farmers worrying about variable weather conditions. They've now moved on to chemical-based drugs, synthetic drugs as they are known, and they're much more lucrative and far easier to make.
They messing us up with it too.
Cocaine production is still big business here, but fentanyl is catching up quickly. And the reason is quite simple. It's much easier to produce and it's more lucrative because you can ship less and make more money. As far as the cartels are concerned, synthetic drugs are the future.
Well, y'all seen that? Said synthetic drugs are the future. Well, I think, do I got anything else to show y'all? I don't even know, but if I miss anything, I don't know, but I might have did, I might have didn't. But that should be enough to let y'all know. But like I said, what's going on at the border, man, is bigger than the Civil War, man. It's bigger than the Civil War. It's World War III. World War III already started, and China is already know what's going on. They is infiltrating the United States through fentanyl, man, through the Mexican cartel, through the border. It's simple. It's simple. World War III. China is behind this shit. But anyway, I'm finna get on up out of here, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video, man. What y'all think about China, the Mexican cartel, China funding the cartel and flooding the United States with fentanyl. What y'all think about Biden and Trump? And what y'all think about Governor Abbott going against the United States, man? This Civil War, what y'all think about that shit? World War III, what y'all think about that shit? Comment and let me know, man, what y'all think about, man. To get it crack-a-lacking, man. Y'all can comment, holla at me, man. And make sure y'all like the video, man. Like the video. Because, like I said, I'll be going through here with YouTube. Like the video. But one more time for the disclaimer.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, back to you, Kituko.
All right, man. I'm finna go and get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And y'all, when y'all see me live, man, come on in here, man, and come in. Y'all can come in here, man. Y'all can come in if y'all want to. I could drop a link, let y'all come in. Let's crank this shit up, man. Y'all holla at me. Y'all know you know me. Holla at me now. Holla at me. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. Keep your head to the sky, man. You never know what's going on. This shit might be like Red Dawn. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna get on up out of here, man. I am Kituko X, man. This ExitUs podcast, man. Subscribe, like, share, follow, whatever you want to do, comment, do whatever you want to do, man. Just make sure you look out for yourself, man. Watch out, man. We got a World War III going on, man. I'll holler at y'all, man. We out.